What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Monday After podcast. Now, this one's coming out a little late, but I wanted to do it today so that on Tuesday, so that we can have the NBA Finals. One, that series will be done. Two, I wanted to see if the Stanley Cup Conference Finals would go on between the Knights and the Stars. So I'll talk about that a little bit right here, and then we'll go to more in depth of it after the clip right here. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Monday After podcast. My name is Jensen, your host as always, and let's get right into the week. So, first of all, today, Monday, two game sevens. First one at 8, Knights, Stars. Now, Stars are favorited, minus 130 from Vegas, but I don't know. I don't know. This game is it's gonna be a really good game, I think. Stars have taken two back to back from the Knights in Vegas, the last one. So be interesting. This one game is in Dallas, so home ice advantage. It's gonna be a great game, I think. I think Vegas will win. Um, just because Stars just got a scratch from them. I don't know. This game is really much toss up. I'm surprised it's a one minus 130 line and a five and a half over under two. You can't see it. There we go, right here. Um, I don't know. I think it's gonna be decent matchup. I think Vegas will close it out. Looking forward, I think both teams match up against the Panthers really well. The Panthers have just been so dominant in the postseason. Um, and they're getting a ton of rest right now, especially if this goes into a game seven. So this is a game six, not a game seven tonight. Sorry. Game six. If this goes into game seven, the Panthers will be fully rested. They'll have everybody fresh legs on the ice. I don't know how good it'll be. I think if it'll be more beneficial for the Knights to just win tonight because they get a little bit more rest than they would if they had a game seven. So I don't know. In the big game tonight, can the Heat close it out, or will the Celtics come back from down 3-0? The Celtics, this is insane. 83.8%. I do think Celtics are going to win. I'm going to go watch it with my friends here in a little bit, so it is going to be a little shorter of a segment today. But I mean, what a game Game Six was. Derek White icing it with point like 3 seconds left on the clock. Not even. I think he like touched it at point three. Um, just an insane game. JT, whoa. Jimmy Butler had 24 points. I thought he had like nothing. So yeah, Jimmy Butler had a good game. I don't think he had a stretch where he was terrible. 5 for 21. You can't. You're the best player on the team, and 5 for 21. Free throws kind of killed him. If they were shooting around the same percent, and the Celtics shot horrible from 3 point 20%. It's crazy. Taysom over even or Tatum, sorry, Taysom. Over 0 for 8, but still 31 points. Horford 4 points, 2 for 6, minus 6. I mean, he's there to get you boards. He's not there to score points. Marcus Smart with a 21 piece, but a minus 10 plus minus is Jalen Brown 26, 3 and 10. Both of the superstars with triple or double doubles, excuse me. And the hero Derek White with 11, 6 and 4, just dominating that last rebound. um, yeah, looking forward, I think the Celtics would match up better against um, the Nuggets, because who's guarding Jokic? They're just the Nuggets are too big for the Heat, seeing as they're a very small ball. Um, they're a small ball team, and you can't. And the Lakers had LeBron guarding Murray before they got swept. Shout out Nuggets, by the way. Um, yeah, 7.5 point favorite right now. If Jimmy can be Jimmy, I don't know. I think he'll the Heat have a really good chance of winning if he can just go off. If not, then I think Boston will have this game in hand. some of the Heat role players have to be, kind of step it up a little more, I want to say. Jimmy had 24, 8 and 11, almost a triple-double on his part. And, I mean, you want a little more from Bam. 11, 5, and 13 is a great stat line always. But you can't have Cody Martin being your second scorer, really, if you're Bam. And you got a guy, Duncan Robinson, coming off the bench with more. I feel like they need more out of him on the offensive side of the ball. And he's a great defensive presence. He's a great rebounder. That's what they want out of him. 7. He had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. I think they just got to... If they can hit their free throws, they'll be set. Be good to go. But I do have the Celtics winning this, and I just think as a basketball fan, you want to see the Celtics and the Nuggets. You want a competitive game, or you want the Heat to go and Jimmy to get his first ring. Michael Jordan Jr., the real Michael Jordan Jr. I just think, I don't know, Tatum can't go 0 for 8 from 3. Jaylen Brown can't go 0 for 4 from 3. Marcus Smart can't be hucking up 11 threes. I think that's they're just giving up those shots. They might have better looks. I didn't watch a lot of the game, but I watched a good amount of the second half. The Celtics just have to sink their shots. Like Tatum probably could have had a good 50 piece in that game if he didn't miss. What is that? 14 shots. You need your star to be hitting a good amount of shots. So there you go. The Heat won Game 7 by a blowout. I mean, the Celtics did not look good at all. And Jimmy played great. I mean, he did what they needed to do. He came through when it really mattered. And one thing that I saw, Caleb Martin, a lot of people might not know him. A lot of my friends didn't know him. I knew him from when him and his brother played on the Hornets in 2019-2020. But he had 132 points over the entire series, which is more, I think it was more than John Stockton. I can't remember the exact stat. But it was just, he put up nuts numbers. Just absolutely nuts. And the Celtics did not look good. They looked good until they scored 9 points and then they just shut down. So, go ahead and take a look. Jimmy Butler, 28, 6 and 7, 12 for 28. I mean, the Celtics are a pretty good defensive team. So that's what you want. Your big guy scoring, passing, rebounding, playing defense with 3 steals. It's just great numbers like that. Cody Martin, 26, 3 and 10. Bam, 12, 7 and 10 with a block. Those are really going to be your big 3 going into this series with the Nuggets. We'll get into that later, but I mean, look at this. This is a disgusting sheet from the Celtics. A horrid stat sheet. I mean, Brogdon, 0 points, minus 15 when he was on the floor. Robert Williams was doing pretty good. I think he probably should have gotten a little more play time. Shooting 20% from 3, as opposed to Miami's 50%. I mean, it's Game 7, and you're coming up shooting bricks like they were in the first quarter. Not even half, quarter. They went on a stretch, I think it was 1 for 13 with 2 turnovers on 15 possessions. It is Game 7. Your season is on the line, and you're going out throwing bricks at an ocean and missing. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, Jaylen Brown looked terrible. He had 8 turnovers. I mean, he was dribbling off his foot, letting it get ripped. It looked like he couldn't dribble with his left hand. I mean, it was crazy. And ESPN had it 80+% for the Heat to lose. I mean, just horrible offensive performance by the Celtics. I mean, the Heat scored. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say they didn't even score under 26, which is the Celtics' highest quarter, but they did. They had 22 and 24 in the first and second. But you're gonna like it's insane to me. I don't know how that can happen. It's nuts. It was such a bad display of defense and offense. But let's go ahead and look at the finals. Now, it's going to be the Heat versus Nuggets. Everybody, if you're not a Nuggets fan, you're probably going to be cheering for Jimmy to get his first ring. That's probably going to be the case. Um, but I just don't see how Miami can win like this. I mean, they are a small ball team. Bam is 6'9", but they got Jokic in the paint. I mean, Jimmy's going to guard Jamal Murray, but other than that, who's going to help him? Like Bruce Brown's out there giving buckets. And Aaron Gordon can dunk whenever he wants. Whenever he wants. It's just I want to say it's a sweep. If I could, I'd put money on it being a sweep, but I think Miami will at least get at most get 2 games. At most get 2 games out of the Nuggets, and it's gonna be at least one on their home floor. I don't know if they can take one in Denver, um, but everybody's saying don't bet against Jimmy Butler, so you never know. You never know. I think everybody just wants a good series. They just want defense, offense. They want it to go to a game 7. That's what I know that's what the NBA wants for their viewership. I think with the Heat being in it, it will. It will. This is like the Heat's 7th time since 2010. No, I can't remember stat. Never mind. But that being said, with that preview, let's go over to the hockey side of things, where the Golden Knights won in a blowout victory. If this will load. In Dallas, Game 6. Vegas just came out hot. They came out hot from the get-go, 6-0. I mean, it was just dominating. They controlled the puck well. They were blocking shots. The goalie was saving shots. I mean, yeah, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and they just laid it on in the third, just for the hell of it. Let's go ahead and look at the box. I know. Yeah. Your Carrier with a goal 3 minutes into the game. Carlson with the second one. Kolsar with the third, and that's just laying it on. Laying it on. Moving into the second period. I don't know. I wanted to say Manchester, but Mestronaut? I don't know. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Getting one in. Carlson with another goal, and then Amado with the 6th and final go of the series. Going in to the Stanley Cup playoffs, starting on Saturday. I don't know how these first few games are going to go. I mean, at this point, Florida's been off for a week, almost 2 weeks once Saturday rolls around. They're going to be fresh. I expect a big series out of Tkachuk. I think he'll score at least 2 in the game 1 or game 2. He'll have a multi-goal game in at least one of the games coming up, probably game 2. But other than that, these teams match up pretty good. 2 guys just got put on the IL. Or IR, excuse me, not IL, because they would be not playing at all. yeah, I mean, I still think this is going to be a really good series. Starting Saturday. Um, it'll be good. I think first two games are in Vegas, so I don't know if it might be game three that he has a multi-goal game then. Because Vegas, they're going to be bumping, they're going to be supporting, it's going to be loud, it's going to be a high intensity, high pressure game. I mean, it's Stanley Cup. It's one of the most respected trophies, finals games in the world. I mean, even if you don't know hockey, you know the Stanley Cup. But with that being said, with the finals and the Stanley Cup coming up, I'm thinking about doing a watch party on my Twitch. I'll have that linked down below. I might make one for this channel, but I'll probably just stream it on my own Twitch. Um, so yeah, if any of y'all listening want to come and hang out and watch it, I'll put it out on the Instagram. That'll be in the link below. I'll put it out on Twitter. My Twitter will be in the link below. So make sure you go follow those. Keep up to date with everything. And now, my favorite segment is up baseball. So a few games have been started today. We'll go through the stats and then we'll talk about some performances that there were last week. Marcus Stroman in particular, because he was looking like the old Stroman. Reyes, Bichette, Diaz, Freeman, Ronald in the top 5 batting average. Ronald's, I don't know. He had a good game against the Phillies on Sunday, but he went over yesterday against the A's, and the Braves got whooped. Got whooped. It was so bad. I mean, 7-2 against the worst team in baseball. Come on. League leaders in wins. McClanahan staying at the top. He's got 8 now. Eovaldi, Joe Ryan, and Eflin with 7. Eovaldi surprised me. I think a lot of people had him written off as washed up. So it's really cool to see. Really cool to see him thriving on it's a good Texas team. I mean, I think they'll probably make some noise. They're definitely going to make some noise in their division. Probably make some noise in the playoffs with the team they have. So they'll be fun to watch. And it is all tied up here in the home runs. Fat Boy Pete leading league with 20, but then 17 down the board. Soler, Olson, Judge, and Muncy coming in with 17 home runs each, 3 behind Pete. Max Muncy in particular, I wanted to talk about. He's batting .208. I think he has some hamstring problems, so I don't think he'll be playing. He didn't play yesterday. I don't think he's playing today either. But 208, and he was batting like 198 when he hit the 17th. It just proves that people are kind of prioritizing the power over the contact. And I mean, Judge is starting to heat up finally, which I love to see. You know, I was amazed by his year last year, just raking and raking. And another one of those guys that's power, but he does it all really. 302 batting average, 38 RBIs, and he's first in the league in OPS with a 1.087. It's fun to see him play. Hopefully I don't know if the Braves play the Yankees at home or not, but hopefully when they do, if it is at home, I can make it out. That'll be a pretty big price though. RBIs, Adolis just keeps raking. Jordan's about to catch him. Jordan's been heating up. And he's a fun player to watch. I saw him when the Astros came to Atlanta, and I went to that game. So, and that dude just rakes. I mean, everyone knows it. He's one of the scariest people to face in the league, probably. Pete Alonso with 46. Marcus Semien Devers with 44. It's good to see Semien having a pretty decent. He's having a good year compared to what he had last year. His first year as the Rangers was not that good. He's in the MVP conversation in Toronto. Got that big deal. Kind of didn't play too well at all, but now he's heating up again. Love to see it. I love watching him too. He's a great second baseman. He's got a good glove. He's great athleticism. Rafi's always going to be in the top 5. Great power hitter. Just slugs it. Hits the shit out of the ball. ERA, Sonny Gray still in the lead with a 1.94. Shane McClanahan with a 1.97. Uh, it's really getting close right now. Bryce Elder 2.01, Eduardo Rodriguez, the Tigers. It's surprising to see a Tiger right there. In fourth, 2.13, and then Joe Ryan with a 2.21. Saves, we got Clase. I mean, I think they're probably just going to throw him out there at this point whenever it's a close game. That bullpen isn't really the best, but I mean, he is the best closer in baseball right now. So Doval with 14, Batista, Hader, and Estevez with 13. Hader's finally pitching good again. I think he's like 0 ERA this month with like 1 or 2 hits. He's just dominating. Hits, Bo Bichette in the lead with 78, Freddie Freeman in third, in second with 73, Ronald in third with 70, Arias with 68 in fourth, and then Simeon in fifth with 65. Strikeouts, Spencer Strider, the first pitcher this year to hit 100 strikeouts, and it's like, who else would it be? I mean, maybe DeGrom if he could stay healthy, but again, no word has been said about him. I don't even think he's doing baseball activity right now. I don't know. It seems like he peaked in New York a while ago, I think. Shohei with 90, Gosman with 89, Mitch Keller with 85, Pablo Lopez with 81. Stolen base, Ruiz just keeps getting away from Ronald. I mean, they're within 5 now, but he is 27. Ronald is 22. Wander Franco, didn't think he had that speed like that. With 19. Bobby Witt with 15. Jorge Mateo with 15. Or Bobby Witt with 16, excuse me. And yeah, go ahead and pop over to the standings. Tampa Bay still has the best record in the league. Baltimore's closing in. New York only 6 out. Boston, Toronto, and this, like I said, this division is going to be the most competitive out of all the divisions. I mean, it has to be the best. I mean, not one team's like, yeah, they're just like teams like the Red Sox and the Blue Jays are barely over 500, but I mean, they're playing interleague. That's where they're splitting stuff. They swept the Braves, so I don't know. I think it's going to be a good one. Moving on to the most underwhelming division in the league, AL Central. Twins still in the lead, only by 2 now. Tigers are finally starting to get good. Guardians, this is the most surprising thing to me. 24 and 29 still. I'm going to keep saying it anytime they're not in first, because I think on paper they have a better team than the Twins, but you never know with them. White Sox, Royals, excuse me. Then in the West, Rangers are up 3 on the Astros. Angels still just sitting in the middle, not really knowing what they're doing. And it's going to be interesting. I keep bringing up Shohei in the trade deadline. As much as it sucks, he's probably going to go to the Dodgers, and I hate the Dodgers. I hate what they do every year. I hate it. They just unload all the prospects they have, and then bring in some big gun. And Shohei might not even sign there. So, I mean, I don't know how worth it is, because they lost Scherzer and Trey Turner this year, just for the one season. Mariners, only 6.5. I mean, this is a pretty close division, minus the A's. And it's just going to keep going from there. AL East, the Marlins are in second place. I mean, we already know who's in first place. 10 games over 500, plus 57 run differential. We are 4-6 in our last 10, the Braves. But if we just, it's so weird. When our bats are hot, we can score however many runs we want. Like, it's just insane. Marlins coming in at second, 2 games over 500, 4 games behind us. Mets, Phillies, Nationals. Mets finally got over 500. NL Central, this one's kind of boring right now. The Reds kind of want to be where the Cardinals are, or that's where the Cardinals want to be. They want to be in third or second. Definitely not last, even though the Reds are only a game up on them. Cubs are only a half game up on the Cards, so it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be really weird. NL West, I keep saying it. The top two teams in this division, Dodgers and Diamondbacks, they're gonna be fighting all year for the one seed. They're gonna be fighting and fighting and fighting, trying not to get the wild card, which I think they'll do. I think the Diamondbacks can. I keep saying Cardinals. The Diamondbacks can get up there. They can, with this young group, over the next few years, they will dominate the NL West for sure. Now over to Marcus Stroman. The dude looked like Toronto Marcus Stroman. I mean, he pitched a gem against the best team in the league. Held them to 2 hits, 3 hit, no, 1 hit. Only 1 hit. 9 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. I mean, everything was working for him. It's so weird that they only got 1 run and 3 hits, because I feel like if your pitcher's dealing like that, you hit. You have to hit. You do anything in your power to hit. And it was just disgusting. I mean, everything was working. He was dealing. I mean, Wander was the only one who got a hit. He stole the base for his 19th bag of the year. And just look at this team. Look at this team. Diaz 320, Wander 281. Brandon Lowe's the only one with a under average, subpar batting average. Randy 296. Is this Jeff Lowe? Josh Lowe, excuse me. Josh Lowe 301. I mean, they just got hitters 248, 250, 256, 243. They're just raking. And compared to this Cubs lineup, they should have been whooping them. They should have whooped them. But it's a weird game. Baseball is a weird game. The power rankings. Let's see if I can find that actually. The draft is coming up too. A lot of people saying this kid Max is gonna get first. I don't know. I think he'll go either 5 or just outside top 5. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say, for the least. Yeah, Dodgers, Mets, Angels to get Shohei. Or Angels already have him. But let's go to the standings again. 'Cause I feel like that's just how they do their power rankings. They look at the overall. As you see, Braves down the 5th best in the league. I mean, we're not really worried about it. It's always good to be like, yeah, we're number 1 in power rankings, best record in baseball. But it's a long season, 162 games. You're gonna have your low points sometimes. We're kind of slumping right now. But it's a long season, to say the least. Now over to fantasy baseball. I've had 2 really close weeks, and another comeback this week for your boys' team. I changed the team name. Here we go. Ronald Acuna MVP, because that's who's going to win MVP. Ronald Acuna Jr. Looking at it, I mean, he just outscored me through the first 3 days. He put up a 6 on, Thursday? Thursday, he put up a 6, 32. Then he put up 60 on Friday. I only put up 18, so it was I was like, I still subbed in my guys. I wanted to try and win as best I could, but ended up putting up 52 and 59 in the second 2 days. In good part to Matt Olson. I mean, this is not my team. 29 runs. 29 points. Same with Nando. Oh, that's Austin. 29 points for Austin. 29 points for Nando. 30 points for Jonathan India. 22 points for Matt Olson. I had a lot of people in double digits, and I had them in the entire time. Logan Webb, 27. Bryce Elder, 14. Spencer, 37. He's always going to put up a big spot for me. Dude's just a strikeout machine. He can't not strike somebody out. Mitch Keller only had 7. He got out of a bad game. 7 hits, 6 earned runs. He still had 8 strikeouts, which helped me a little bit, but I mean, I'm really surprised that I won yesterday. Looking into this coming up game, I picked up Jonah Heim. I really like him, switch hitting catcher. He's got a good schedule coming up. Um, is I don't think he's starting. Boom. Um, these rosters, I don't know what's up. Like, how's Bryson Stott 38% rostered? It's wild to me. But right, that'll be the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 4 of the Monday After podcast on a Tuesday. Um, Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for all the support. Views have been going up recently. I really appreciate it a lot. Like I said, watch parties hopefully coming up soon. Gonna start doing some new segments next week. I gotta get better prep. I've been just haven't done my prep this week, so that's why this episode's kind of everywhere at the moment. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.